We need to talk about the Yamaha Montage. Now, look, I like my Montage. It's been part of my touring rig for years. Let's just be honest, it's not quite where it needs to be, but it's almost there, and I think we can fix it. By the way, Yamaha, I'm available for consultations. So the video idea is to go through everything that annoys and bothers me about the Montage, and then also everything that I would like replace those things with. What do you think of that?
I mean, do the video in a way where it's not like hurting Yamaha's feelings, so to speak.
Can you walk me through what makes this model so special?
Jesus, where do we even start? Okay, let's start with the look. This whole like office printer from 2004 thing, that looks not working for me. Maybe plaid? No. Tiger print? No. 90s Game Boy Color? Yes. With a little bit of Tesla Cybertruck thrown in? Big yes. Okay, I feel better about it already. Okay, next we gotta fix these sounds. I know, it's got like 1,000 sounds and it's got everything, but what good is everything if most of it is mediocre? The multi-layered, complex digital synth sound thing, that's what it does well. Those sounds are cool, those can stay. The rest of it sounds like GarageBand. Now, imagine a workstation with like 1,000 sounds and all the sounds are actually the best. That would be sick. So let's start by switching out this whole ANX analog engine thing for all the synths from our Arpeggiator V collection. If my analog sounds are going to be digital, let's at least get the best ones. Let's switch out all these strings and horns for the SWAM instruments by audio modeling. Let's get the choir sounds from Spitfire Audio. The jazz scat sound stays though.
Jazz. Yes.
Okay, next. Don't even get me started on the piano and keys sounds. I used to think it was me. I used to think this sounds bad because I'm not good enough. And that might be true too, but then I saw this video and it confirmed it. This guy is an incredible player, and that Rhodes sound sucks. How'd they screw that up? Come on, Yamaha, it's the piano and the Rhodes sound. If any two sounds need to be great in a keyboard, it's those two. So we're swapping all that out for pianos, Rhodes, Worldters, clavs, and all that stuff from Contact. Yamaha nailed the UI for preset management, like the way that you can build set lists and banks and how this octave can play this sound and this other octave can play this sound while this one key up here triggers this thing. All that stuff is better than it is on any other keyboard. Now, imagine how great it would be if the sounds were on that level too. Sad. Next, these category buttons, totally redundant. If I want to get to a sound, I will use the touchscreen. Thank you very much. So we're losing all those buttons and replacing it with a snow globe, a popcorn machine, a lava lamp. Yes.
I'd buy one.
Next, the Arpeggiator. Yamaha should be legally prosecuted for this Arpeggiator. Can I sue Yamaha synths for pain and suffering due to how much I hate their Arpeggiator?
No, you can't sue them just for disliking a feature.
Okay, what do you think of when you think of arpeggiators? You play a chord, and the chord is arpeggiated, and you have controls for rhythmic subdivision, or how many octaves it plays through, whether it goes up or down, or up and then down, maybe swing. Normal stuff. What else could you possibly want an arpeggiator to be? That's what an arpeggiator is. But somebody at Yamaha was like, no, we're not doing that. First of all, you couldn't invent a less intuitive workflow if your life depended on it. But if you do manage to stumble your way through the convoluted labyrinth of parts, elements, arpeggio groups, common settings, and individual settings, the pot of gold at the end of that rainbow is a vast bank of useless little riffs and patterns. Oh, you wanted to play a chord and hear it arpeggiated up and down with 16th notes? Sorry, best we can do is rock loop 1.
Could we just have an arpeggio, please?
This Arpeggiator is an abomination. Crimes against humanity. So we're swapping all that out with the Arpeggiator from Omnisphere. Okay, next, Polyphonic Aftertouch. Now, this may shock you, but Poly Aftertouch does not come in handy when I'm playing Don't Stop Believin' at a wedding gig, which, by the way, is the appropriate place for a montage. Look, I appreciate the thought, expressive, MPE, blah, 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 but it's not nearly far enough. It's 2026. If I can't wiggle the key from side to side, I'm not interested. So let's swap this whole key bed out with a Rhodes Seaboard, an Expressive E Osmos, or hey, why not both?
Awesome, great. Can you walk me through how you would record and store performances on the Montage M8X?
No, because the only reason to do that is if you love pain and suffering. Song mode, where you can record layers and quantize your performance and export it and stuff like that, that's gotta go. Who is doing this? Why would I need a shitty DAW with half the functionality of GarageBand? Gone. Patches that have a non-consensual backing track? Gone. I'll show you what I mean. So you're scrolling through, you're trying out sounds, you know, checking stuff out, and then you get to some of them, and all that happens. Why would you ever think that I just want a drum beat to like automatically play when I first hit a key? Gone. Here it is, the new Game Boy Color Purple Cybertruck Yamaha Montage, featuring a double-tier Seaboard and Osmos keybed and a lava lamp. We've loaded it up with the best analog sounds from Arturia, orchestral sounds from audio modeling, choirs from Spitfire Audio, pianos and keys from Native Instruments, and the Arpeggiator from Omnisphere. And we've deleted all the bells and whistles.
It's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard.
You're just making fair criticism. You're not gonna really shit on the product. You're just saying, look, there's an issue I have with the workflow. These are my opinions about it, and this is how I think it should be improved.
When I think of workstation keyboards, I think of keyboards that try to do everything. They have every sound, every functionality. They're Swiss Army knives. And that's useful, don't get me wrong. I mean, half the reason that the Montage has been part of my rig for so long is that if any other part of my rig fails, I can do the whole show on just the Montage, if worse comes to worse. But in trying to do and be everything, there's just so much that it doesn't do all that well. And it feels like it doesn't have to be that way. So much of these bells and whistles just clutter up the workflow. And surely some of those could be scaled back so that simple synthesis things like opening and closing the filter and adjusting the envelopes or making modulation routings could be more accessible and intuitive. Maybe even with dedicated knobs on the front panel. 99% of people are pulling up sounds, organizing them into banks, playing them, and tweaking them in the most minor and normal ways. So please, Yamaha, just give me something that nails that workflow. And Game Boy Color Purple, please.
We're gonna need a